Will Ferrell jokes, Will Ferrell quotes. Will Ferrell stand-up jokes. I'm actually pretty athletic. I have to work out just to look fat. People are always asking, Tiger, how do you do it? And my answer is, shut up. I ask the questions around here, I'm Tiger Woods. James Caan told me at the end of filming Elf that he had been waiting through the whole film for me to be funny, and I never was. I always forced myself to do crazy things in public. In college I would push an overhead projector across campus with my pants just low enough to show my butt. Will Ferrell Saturday Night Live jokes. Will Ferrell, George Bush. I've chosen to schedule this impromptu address at night, because quite frankly, every time I speak during the day the stock market goes in the crapper, so sorry Asian markets, you take the hit on this one. Chris Kattan, office worker, is there a problem with it? Will Ferrell, Mr. Tarkanian, you do not hand in crap like this. This looks like you took a crap or a dump in the printer, you are scum. I should fire you and burn down your house, I am this close to raping you. Will Ferrell, George W. Bush. I come to you tonight amidst a very important election between two very qualified candidates, the hot lady Sarah Palin and the Tiger Woods guy Barack Obama. Tina Fey, Sarah Palin. Mr. President, I don't want to go all Katie Couric on you, but I think it's actually the other way around, I think. The Vice President reports to the President. Will Ferrell, George W. Bush, really, that's not what Dick Cheney told me when he sat me down the first day. Will Ferrell, Alex Trebek, the sound a doggy makes. Daryl Hammond, Sean Connery, moo. Will Ferrell, Alex Trebek, no. Daryl Hammond, Sean Connery, well that was the sound your mother made last night. Will Ferrell, George W. Bush, it seems that liberals and godless tax raisers are trying to make me look bad, by using such things as facts and scientific data. Will Ferrell movie quotes. Artie Lang, Jimble's Santa, and what can I get you for Christmas? Will Ferrell, buddy. Paul, don't tell him what you want, he's a liar. Artie Lang, Jimble's Santa, let the kid talk. Will Ferrell, buddy, you disgust me, how can you live with yourself? Artie Lang, Jimble's Santa, just cool it zippy. Will Ferrell, buddy, you sit on a throne of lies. Artie Lang, Jimble's Santa, look, I'm not kidding. Will Ferrell, buddy, you're a fake. Artie Lang, Jimble's Santa. I'm a fake. Will Ferrell, buddy, yes. Artie Lang, Jimble's Santa, how'd you like to be dead? Elf. Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy, they named it San Diego, which, of course in German means a whale's vagina. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. David Koechner, Champ Kind, what in the hell is diversity? Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy, well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. John Heder, Jimmy McElroy, they are laughing at us. Will Ferrell, Chaz Michaels, they laughed at Louis Armstrong when he wanted to go to the moon, now he is up there laughing at them. Blades of Glory. Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy, there's only one thing a man can do when he's suffering from a spiritual and existential funk. David Koechner, Champ Kind, go to the zoo, flip off the monkeys. Will Ferrell, no, buy new suits. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Christina Applegate, Veronica Corningstone. I will have you know that I have more talent and more intelligence in my little finger than you do in your entire body, sir. Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy, you are a smelly pirate hooker. Christina Applegate, Veronica Corningstone, you look like a blueberry. Will Ferrell, Ron Burgundy, why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island? Christina Applegate, Veronica Corningstone, well, you have bad hair. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Will Ferrell, Frank Richard, thought maybe I could crash here tonight, if that's alright with you. Marissa's going through some personal stuff. Luke Wilson, Mitch Martin, personal stuff like you, running through the neighborhood drunk and naked. Will Ferrell, Frank Richard, that, and some other stuff. Old school. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, heck I just read in the newspaper they put a pig heart in some guy from Russia, you know what, I mean, you know what that means. Michael Clark Duncan, Lucius Washington, no, I don't know what that means, I guess longer lives. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, no, he didn't live. Michael Clark Duncan, Lucius Washington, oh he didn't live. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, no. Michael Clark Duncan, Lucius Washington, oh. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, it's just exciting that we are trying things. Michael Clark Duncan, Lucius Washington, yeah. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Will Ferrell, buddy, we elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups, candy, candy cane, candy corn, and syrup. Elf. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, dear tiny Jesus, with your golden fleece diapers, with your tiny little fat balled up fist. Ted Manson, Chip, he was a man, he had a beard. Will Ferrell, look, I like the baby version the best, do you hear me? Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Michael Clark Duncan, Lucius Washington, you're not going to live forever. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby. I'm not stupid Lucius, no one lives forever, no one, but with advances in modern science, and my high level income. I mean like crazy think I can't live to be 245, maybe 300. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Kate Walsh, Barbara Weston, you know what Phil, you gotta stop, you went overboard. Will Ferrell, Phil Weston, what are you talking about? Kate Walsh, Barbara Weston, you called a group of 10-year-olds losers. Will Ferrell, Phil Weston. I did not. Kate Walsh, Barbara Weston, you screamed it through a cone. Everyone heard you. Will Ferrell, Phil Weston, well, what do you want me to call them? Winners, because that would make me a liar, okay, at least give me that, I am not a liar. Kate Walsh, Barbara Weston, you just lied. Kicking and screaming. Will Ferrell, Phil Weston, you're my assistant, okay, you're supposed to back me up and get me juice boxes when I tell you, now go. Get me a juice box. Mike Ditka. You know who you're talking to. Will Ferrell, Phil Weston. I'm talking to the juice box guy. Mike Ditka. You're crazy. Will Ferrell, Phil Weston. I'm not crazy, I'm just thirsty. Mike Ditka. Why don't you go to hell? Will Ferrell, Phil Weston. No, you go to hell, while you're there. Why don't you grab me a juice box? Kicking and screaming. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, it's Magic Man, and El Diablo. John C. Reilly, Cal Naughton, Jr., what's Diablo mean? Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, it's like Spanish for like a fighting chicken. John C. Reilly, Cal Naughton, Jr., that's awesome. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby. I know. John C. Reilly, Cal Naughton, Jr., with the claws. Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, with the claws, and the beak. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Will Ferrell, Chaz Reinhold, funerals are insane, the chicks are so horny, it's not even fair, it's like fishing with dynamite. Owen Wilson, John Beckwith, horny. Will Ferrell, Chaz Reinhold, yeah, crazy horny. Owen Wilson, John Beckwith, at a funeral. Will Ferrell, Chaz Reinhold, grief is nature's most powerful aphrodisiac. Wedding crashers. Will Ferrell, Mugatu. Derelict, it is the fashion, a way of life. Inspired by the very homeless, the vagrants, the crack whores, that make this wonderful city unique. Zoe Allender. Chris Kattan, Doug Butaby, did mom get lipstick on me? Will Ferrell, Steve Butaby, yeah, but it looks like you were making out. Chris Kattan, Doug Butaby, sweet. A Night at the Roxbury. Will Ferrell, Steve Butaby, the truth is, I'm a rebel and you're like this sweet girl next door type. Molly Shannon, Emily Sanderson. Steve, you are forgetting, I'm in college, I go to college, okay. Translation, drunken orgies with occasional cliff snots. A Night at the Roxbury. Chris Kattan, Doug Butaby, you can take away our phones and you can take away our keys, but you cannot take away our dreams. Will Ferrell, Steve Butaby, that's right, because we are like sleeping when we have them. A Night at the Roxbury.